Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Loyola Blakefield with your Loyola Dons taking on the Annapolis area Christian School Eagles. I'm Joe Eldridge here with Brooks Markle. Loyola's looking off to start off the 2021 season strong, coming off of a playoff departure in both the Baltimore Catholic League and MIAA last season. Loyola definitely lost some key players such as Jordan Moore, who's now enrolled at Duke to play football, along with Mitch Fisher and Bennett Gioso. So they'll be rolling with a fairly young lineup, mostly consisting of juniors, with key players such as Gavin Walsh, Cam Smith, and John Dixon. We'll be back momentarily for the tip-off. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tip-off, starting off the 2021 season between your Loyola Dons and the Annapolis area Christian School Eagles. Loyola is definitely looking to start off this year strong, get off to an early win before taking on the Baltimore City powerhouse, St. Francis Academy, next Monday. Looks like starting for the Dons, Loyola is going to be running with number 1, senior forward Cam Smith. Number 2, guard Owen Fisher Jr. Number 4, senior John Dixon. Number 22, Gavin Walsh, a junior. And number 10, a junior, Ryan Johnson. And for the tip, it'll be number 1, Cam Smith, against number 22 for Annapolis area. Excuse me, number 12. Brooks, if you're coach of volley for Loyola, what are you looking to do to start off this season strong?
Well, I mean, it's just discipline, right? It's your first game in a while. You had a bad start or a bad end to your season, with the COVID stop. So good start there, but you just want to stay disciplined. Don't rush anything and stay calm.
Definitely good first bucket there by Cam Smith, using his body in the paint. Smith, definitely one of the more athletic players on the court at 6'7", being able to play guard and forward for the Dons. That'll be number 33, Dylan Long, drawing the foul for Annapolis area.
Yeah, clearly an aggressive start for the Loyola D. They come out, face guarded and a little too aggressive with that foul right there.
Definitely, and that's what you're expecting from Loyola, especially with an aggressive defender like John Dixon, known for his athletic defensive play.
Yeah, and you got to expect the other team, this is their first game in a while too, so you want to make them make mistakes early with this first game.
It's going to be Trey Sims in the corner. The top of the key. Dylan Long with the shot. It's long. Walsh gets the rebound. Fisher with the inside feed to Walsh, and that's good. Loyola taking a quick 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and you expect Walsh to do a lot. I mean, clearly the biggest guy on the court so far, especially with his athleticism. He had the mismatch inside.
Definitely. Walsh is definitely one of those athletic finishers on the offensive end, being able to both pull up from outside and being able to finish aggressively at the rim. Trey Sims with the long three is no good. Rebound by Walsh.
Yeah, and that's where Annapolis Area Christian School is going to have to win it from the outside with that big presence and, not a huge team you see for Annapolis Area Christian.
Dixon with the inside feed to Fisher. Dixon's three short off front of the rim, rebounded by Sims. And that last name, Fisher, might sound familiar, as he's younger brother of former Loyola star player Mitch Fisher. Johnson bringing it up. Smith with the three, in and out. Rebounded by Dylan Long. It's going to be Nate Klinkscale bringing it up. Smith deflects the pass. Picked up by Walsh as Fisher takes it down the floor. Layup is long. Long with the pull-up short-range jumper. No good as Dixon grabs the rebound.
Yeah, it seems like Annapolis Area Christian is going to win this game from the outside, as I said earlier with that mismatch inside with Walsh. I mean, they shot 3 threes to start out the game too, so that's going to have to be the mojo for this game.
That's going to be a 5-second violation on Loyola with Dixon inbounding the ball. It's going to be a turnover. Definitely not how you want to start with Loyola with a turnover.
No, and you can see how Loyola not playing for a while. That's clearly been shown right here with those little mistakes, those missed layups and stuff like that. Only starting out with 4 points in this game so far. But they've played great defense, and that's been the savior for this team so far.
Definitely, and that's definitely been one of Loyola's strong suits the past couple of years. Playing aggressive defense up in the front court, being able to stop. Sims shoots an air ball. It'll be Loyola ball.
Yeah, and every shot they've taken so far, there's been, whether it was a help and recover, it's not the greatest contest ever, but they're getting a hand up there, and that's what you want to see. Just maybe get the shot just off a degree, and that can be the difference between 3 points and none.
And checking in for AACS is Jordan Trusty Smith for number 20, Jason Wise. Walsh with the inside lay, and that is good.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see, penetration, especially from a guy like him with that size, being pretty small inside for Annapolis Area Christian. You would like to see them penetrate a little bit more and get guys to help and then get a more open shot.
And that's definitely one of the things Walsh has been working on during this quarantine. It was his inside finishing, mostly known last season as an outside shooter, being able to work on its inside touch to get into the paint. Good finish there by Dixon off the steal. And It's going to be a timeout by Annapolis Area.
That's where they're going to have to win the game in the post, and then Annapolis area Christian's going to have to win it outside.
So Loyola Blakefield invites you to join our Blue and Gold Community Partners Program. This program offers a direct way to support our Dons and their Blakefield experience while also establishing a close relationship with the school and our community. For more information, please visit loyolablakefield.org/community-partners. Brooks, what do you think Loyola needs to do coming out of this timeout to keep the momentum going?
Well, it's all about the defense. I mean, keep the penetration low for Annapolis area Christian, because that's the only way they're going to be able to get open shots. If you just, stand outside and shoot around, nothing's going to work. So you have to be able to penetrate for Annapolis area Christian, and then Loyola's got to help and stop that.
Clink Scale handing the ball off to Sims. Walsh with the contest off the side of the backboard. That's going to be Loyola ball.
Yeah, and you see Annapolis area Christian every time they kind of get their offense moving off ball, and then they stop, and then they reset and keep doing it again, and gets Loyola to reset. So they got to keep moving the whole entire game with that off-ball movement.
And with Walsh finishing at the hoop, number 20, Charlie Hepting, has checked in for number 2, Owen Fisher. Hepting adding some more length on that for the side for the Dons, being at 6'6". Johnson bringing the ball up the floor. Johnson definitely knows more of a floor general for the Dons, running the point past 2 years. Dixon, the little post turnaround, good solid move there, giving the Loyola an early 12-point lead.
Well, the Dons, you got to make them start shooting the ball. That's all their points. They've gotten all twos. Gavin Walsh is taking it to the rim with no help. You got to bring some help inside, and if it's a wide open three, it's a wide open three, but it's better than these easy twos.
Long miss on the layup. Johnson feeds it into Smith. Unable to finish, but that'll go off the fingertips of Clink Scale, and that'll be Loyola ball.
Yeah, you saw 3 guys on the defensive end in the post. It's a tougher shot, and whether it's on the shot, just catching the ball right there. He tried to catch the ball. He had some trouble because there's more guys down there to pressure him. That's what they need to keep doing on the defensive end.
And checking in for Loyola, you got number 5, Ty Hepting, and number 3, Uche Unegbu. Loyola definitely running with a taller lineup, with, besides Unegbu, the shortest player on the floor being 6'3", John Dixon. AACS has checked in number 1, Tyler Williams. Good play by Unegbu in the paint, drawing the charge on number 20, Jason Wise. Great head.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do there if you're AACS. I mean, that's great defense, and he made the play, right? He had the size mismatch, but stands in there, gets an offensive foul.
Unegbu, only being 5'7", known for his defensive hustle. Trey Sims able to get the easy fast break layup, giving AACS their first points of the day, now down 12-2. Charlie Hepton passing out to Unegbu. It's going to be off the fingertips of Walsh, and it'll be Loyola ball.
Yeah, and there's the turnovers again. Just slow it down. You have the athletes inside to overpower AACS. So you just got to relax. That's the only way you guys are going to lose this game, is giving them the ball too many times.
It's going to be Trusty Smith driving into the paint, drawing the foul from number 5, Ty Hepting. Loyola's definitely has a fairly new roster for this year compared to last, returning only 5 players from last year's roster, with losses including the 4 seniors who graduated, Jordan Moore, Charlie Corris, and Matt Rice all not returning onto the roster this season. Definitely some new faces on the roster for Loyola this year.
Yeah, and it's shown the chemistry's a little bit all over the place early with those turnovers. But the defense, I mean, they seem like they're playing together. You know, we've seen a little bit of fouling, but those little mistakes, they're only going to get better throughout the season. That's a good sign, actually, you want to see.
Trusty Smith hit both of his free throws, getting 4 points on the board for AACS as Walsh draws the foul from Jason Wise, sending him to the line for 2.
Yeah, and mentioning how you want to make, you know, AAC, you want to have guys come down in there and help the big guys. They did it again right there. They just got the foul, but that's better than him scoring a layup over your guy. You want to make him earn those 2 points.
Walsh's first free throw is off the back rim. It's like checking in for number 5, Ty Hepting, will be a sophomore. Number 12, Ryder Drew. Drew's one of those new faces on the roster coming up from the JV team last year, looking to make an impact. Checking in will be Cam Smith and Owen Fisher for John Dixon and Gavin Walsh. Tyler Williams bringing the ball up for the Eagles. Number 5, Riley Lowry driving into the paint, drawing the blocking foul.
Yeah, and you've seen this offense now for AACS start to get moving a little bit more of that penetration you're seeing and getting more comfortable. They look like statues early, but, you know, you're getting used to it. It's, you know, your first game. So that's what you like to see now for AACS.
Sims driving out, kicking it out to Trusty Smith. His 3 is short, rebounded by Charlie Hepting. It looks like that's going to be an offensive foul on Loyola on number 20, Charlie Hepting, for an illegal screen.
And there's just no need for that right there. I'm talking about those little mistakes that right there. I mean, it's a high ball screen. There's no need to move that early in the shot clock with your lead at 13-4, closing in on the first quarter.
Negbu is one of those new faces on the floor this year. Was on the team last year, but wasn't eligible due to transfer rules as he came from St. Mary's down in Annapolis. Definitely looking to make an impact on the floor this year. Trusty Smith shot off the back of the rim, rebounded by Hepting. Smith in the high post looking to pass it to Drew off the drive. Goes out of bounds.
You know, it's interesting that they're coming out that high to defend, but what it's doing is it's making the turnovers happen. As you see, Loyola's been turning it over throughout this first quarter, but right there, I mean, you don't want Loyola to penetrate on you, and they said, okay, penetrate on us, and they're making them turn it over. That's going to be the mojo for AACS right now. And I'm shocked that they're doing it, but it seems like it's working so far.
Checking in for AACS is number 11, Nate Klinkscale, and number 12, Jonathan Hardy. Ball's loose on the floor. It looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So with that, we're going to go to a quick break. For Brooks Markle, I'm Joe Eldridge. We'll be back momentarily.
like to take a moment to recognize one of our blue and gold community partners. The Jesuit community of Loyola University, Maryland, shares in the mission of the Worldwide Society of Jesus. This mission includes the service of faith and the promotion of justice and dialogue with cultures and with other religions. These values characterize its commitment to the educational apostolate at Loyola University, Loyola Blakefield, Cristo Rey, and St. Ignatius Academy in Baltimore.
Loyola making a couple substitutions coming back in. Number 23, Bashawn Galloway. Number 10, Ryan Johnson have both checked into the game. Drew with the closeout, forcing the air ball. So it'll be Fisher bringing it up the floor. Johnson's pass goes wide as it's tipped by Drew and picked off by Trusty Smith as he gets the fast break layup. The Eagles cutting the Dons lead to 7, up 13-6.
Yeah, and you'd like to see AACS to start moving up the tempo a little bit. See right there, Trusty Smith taking it the whole way, but don't get these standstill offensive possessions right there in transition. You know, make the defense be better than you, and don't let them just sit there and read what you're about to do.
It's going to be a foul on number 3, Trey Sims. It'll be Fisher taking out from the sideline with Johnson at the top of the key. It's going to be another defensive foul on the Eagles. Number 11, Nate Klingscale, as Johnson draws the blocking foul. One of the things Loyola's got to do is keep that offense rotating and moving, trying to draw penalties like that, trying to catch the defense off guard, as Walsh checks in for Galloway. Walsh in the corner. A little miscommunication there as Drew's able to recover the ball. Smith with a mismatch in the post as he gets Lowry on the spin move, gets him on the floor with the easy finish.
Yeah, well, that was recognizing the mismatch. Good pass inside.
It looks like they're going to call the M1 on that.
Well, I think, you know, he went up to defend him up top, and then he was looking for help, and the help came late, so that's why he got right into the paint and got the 2.
Definitely a questionable call there as Coach Davali is looking at as more of a floor foul instead of shooting. This will be one shot for Klingscale off the back of the rim. Johnson looking to push the floor. Draws the foul from Trey Sims, going for the layup. Go to the line to shoot 2.
I don't like to be negative, but right there was just not a good, smart play. He came swatting down. They're going to call that 90% of the time. So right there, you just keep your hands up and lean in a little bit, but yeah, there's no reason to swat down that whole way.
Definitely. Johnson's one of the smaller players on the floor at 5'8", but knows how to be explosive and get into the paint, being able to move himself to get the shot up.
Yeah, it was good recognition, too, of where everybody is and taking it the whole way, getting the foul.
Johnson hitting the second free throw, bringing Loyola's lead up to 8. And that's going to be goaltending on Smith as the ball was coming down onto that shot.
Yeah, and you've seen AACS now. It seems about every possession in this second quarter have they gotten inside that arc. That's exactly what you want to see right there. Good pass inside, and you get the 2 unconventionally, but it still counts for the same amount of points.
John Dixon will check back in for Ryder Drew. Loyola looking to push the floor. Smith's pass intercepted by Trey Sims. Trusty Smith looks to size up Smith, unable to, loses possession. It'll be Loyola ball with the timeout. So with that timeout, we'd like to take a moment to recognize another one of our blue and gold community partners. First National Bank is proud to be a sponsor of Loyola Blakefield Athletics, home of the Dons. At FNB, we believe that our local communities are the lifeblood of the markets we serve. Our involvement with Loyola Blakefield and the athletics program are just a small way FNB gives back to local communities everywhere. Please stop by our closest branch at Towson at 1 West Pennsylvania Ave, or visit our other branches in Baltimore, Hartford, and Howard counties. You may also visit us online at www.fnb-online.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Well, we're clearly recognizing AACS, or AACS is recognizing the fact that Loyola has not played in a long time. They've adjusted with that press, and then it seems like a wide open pass, but they come up and jump it and get the steal and go in transition. And, that's good coaching to make those adjustments. And you expect Loyola with that size to get inside and make it easier with them coming out and face guarding, but the passing has not been very good for Loyola so far in this game. They look to make an adjustment in that timeout.
Definitely, and talking with John Dixon before the game, he had mentioned definitely looking just to get back in their group chemistry-wise, as it's a lot of new faces on the team, only 5 returning members. It's definitely going to be one of the learning curves for this game. Hardy with the up fake on the 3. Air ball. Looked like that might have been tipped by Walsh. Good heads-up play by Johnson on the fast break, getting it to Dixon for the reverse layup. Loyola increasing their lead.
That's how you beat the press. Throw it down the court if they're coming that far up.
Sims with the mid-range pull-up, good. Fisher's pass tipped, regains possession of it. Good inside drive by Smith, getting the and one.
Well, you see Smith's athleticism and strength coming inside. We saw with that drive earlier in the game. It's going to be really tough for them to stop him and Gavin Walsh.
Definitely. That's definitely one of Smith's strengths, is slashing off the edge, coming into the paint, being able to finish at the rim. Smith's going to be at the line for 2 shots. Or excuse me, 1. It was an and-1. Able to sink his free throw. It's going to be Clinkscale bringing the ball up. Guarded by Johnson. Eagles looking to get some kind of rotation. Johnson pulling it back out. Charlie Hefting with the 3, and that's good. Loyola increasing their lead to 12 as they're up 24-12.
Oh, they challenged the big guy to shoot. No problem with it, though.
Definitely, and that's one of Charlie Hefting's strengths, is his outside 3. A lot of comparison there to the playing style of Bennett Gioso.
Yeah, you don't like to see those shots for AACS. You want to see him get those passes inside the arc and make those penetration inside the arc.
Hefting's 3 off the front of the rim. AACS looks to push the floor. Long kicking out from the corner. Kingscale slips. Dixon now bringing the ball up, lobs it up to Walsh. Walsh misses the alley-oop layup. Sloppy play there by Walsh. Should have been an easy finish. That three ball from Williams is short.
Yeah, and you love to see this man-to-man with Walsh helping. He's a big man. He scared him on that turnover there, made him look up for a second, and that's why he got that turnover. But you would like to see him finish on that alley-oop. That's a play that I don't think you're going to see a lot. Just a little fluke early in the season.
Negbu checks in for Ryan Johnson. Smith looking to drive, picks up his dribble, back out to Negbu. Dixon with the corner three, off back of the rim. Rebounded by Hefting. As Negbu brings it out. This is the Smith. Smith finishes, hammering it down with the dunk.
Well, the second Loyola got that offensive rebound, AACS had trouble resetting. The more guys you put in the paint usually means more rebounds, but you still got to box out. And I think that kind of got them all discombobulated, and that's why they got that easy score for Cam Smith.
Heads up play by Negbu on the drive, being able to kick it out to Smith as Hefting gets the rebound. Negbu looks to draw the foul, doesn't get it. It'll be Eagles ball. It'll be Sims and Wise checking in for AACS. Loyola once again going with that taller lineup. Be Wise with the mid-range off back rim. Rebounded by Smith. Negbu pushes the floor. Good kick out to Dixon in the corner. Smith with the pull-up three, and that's good. Loyola now the 17-point lead up 29-12. That's going to be a reach foul on Negbu.
Yeah, and now these big guys starting to knock down the threes, and you're at a dilemma for AACS. Do you let them, face guard them and then let them drive on you, or do you keep them out there? That's going to be a question moving forward in this one.
It's going to be a defensive block foul on Smith.
Well, and they know AACS now down 17 points is going to look to push the tempo, try and make a comeback here. And that's why they're getting a little bit more aggressive, because you expect the team to make a mistake with pushing up that tempo. And you saw, the more powerful dribbles, and, that's where they're trying to get those turnovers. But you just got to still stay disciplined, especially with this big lead they have.
Sims corner three short. Rebounded by Ty Hefting. Good kick out to Walsh, the wing, and that's good. Walsh, definitely known this past couple years as a big wing shooter. A great heads-up play there by Walsh, making his way into the paint from the other side of the floor, drawing the charge. Heads-up defensive play there.
Well, that's what you love to see, a guy making a big offensive play, then coming right back down the floor, and then making a big defensive play.
Looks like it's going to be a big 6'7" Walsh bringing the ball up for the Dons. It's going to be a block on the Eagles. Or excuse me, that's going to be an offensive foul. And I believe Ryder drew. Loyola currently sitting with a 20-point lead, up 32-12. Good defensive play there by Drew, getting the ball. So AACS is eventually able to recover the ball off the floor. It's number 12, Jonathan Hardy, with the three-pointer from the wing.
Yeah, it's about time they hit one of those.
Negbu at the top with the ball, able to get it off to Drew. AACS eventually able to get the ball off the floor. Williams three once again, short. Negbu looking just to throw that one up, get it off before the clock. And with that going into halftime, your Loyola Dons are up 32-15 against the AACS Eagles. For Brooks Markle, I'm Joe Eldridge. We'll be back shortly to bring you the second half. Welcome back to Knott Hall at Loyola Blakefield with your Loyola Dons taking on the Annapolis Area Christian School Eagles. I'm Joe Eldridge here with Brooks Markle. Brooks, with Loyola up 17 at the end of the half, what do you expect we should do?
Well, I mean, Loyola doesn't have to really change anything. You could see in that second quarter they started to get their touchback, especially from three-point land. A little bit more discipline you would like to see them, but, I mean, you're up 17 points. You seem to have a talent gap on the post, so there's not much you need to change. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you're AACS, you got to make the Dons make more mistakes, and they're doing a good job of that. I mean, they just have to do it 2 times better, which is so hard to do. So this is really going to be a tough comeback to make.
It's going to be Fisher bringing the ball up. Good dribble move by Smith to get in the post, draw the foul early.
Yeah, and you'd like to see AACS stop Cam Smith outside the paint and, not let him spin in to that point. And you got to get more help. Whether that takes 3 guys, it takes 3 guys.
Smith's been one of the staples on the offensive end for the Dons the past, as this will be his 3rd season. He's been a staple on the offensive end since his sophomore year, being able to drive into the paint off an up fake. It's going to be a clink scale ball at the top of the key for the Eagles. Long driving into the paint. Draws the foul from Smith as Smith went to block the dunk.
That was an unbelievable effort from Smith. That shows really his athleticism and his length. But that's really tough not to foul on that tap right there.
Definitely. Smith's definitely one of the more athletic players on the floor. Definitely looking to get some high athletic defense from guys like Cam Smith and John Dixon. Long's first free throw goes off front of the rim. Still down 18. It's going to be Johnson bringing it up. As Long missed his second free throw. Smith's drive goes off his foot. Johnson unable to finish at the rim as Fisher draws the foul in the paint.
Oh, he just rushed the pickup right there. That was the Eagles' ball, and he just missed the pickup. He picked his head up before he actually had the ball.
It's going to be Fisher's first free throws off front of the rim. That foul will go on number 33, Dylan Long. Fisher hits the second free throw as Clinkscale brings it up. The Eagles looking to get some kind of rotation in and movement, get the Dons defense to start moving. Wise with the and one in the paint with the foul on Galvin Walsh.
Yeah, and you love to see that off-ball movement. That was an unbelievable cut and unbelievable find. You'd like to see the Eagles start to look for those a little bit more, and you get the and one with Walsh slapping his hand down. They're going to call that, again, 90% of the time.
Free throw at the back of the rim. Johnson bringing it up for the Dons. Smith in the high post. Looking to get something going offensively as that goes off of Long's foot. It'll stay Don's ball. It's like Dons need to get some kind of rotation and get some ball movement going.
Yeah, it's so tough for the Eagles to really stop Loyola with Smith and Walsh on the floor at the same time, because you can't deny both of them the ball because you're leaving too much open, as you see right there.
Good finish on the reverse layup there by Dixon. It's definitely one of the strong suits of Dixon's offense is his finishing around the rim and being able to cut open. Long's free throw. Long. As Sims gets the steal and draws the foul from Fisher at the rim, going to the line for 2. Don's starting to get sloppy on the offensive and defensive end with the turnovers leading to fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's been the problem the whole game, the sloppiness, and you got to expect it with the first game of the season. And just the fouls, too, getting to the line for the Eagles. But still, the Eagles only have 17 points.
That first free throw is good as Ryder Drew checks in for Owen Fisher.
And especially with these games early in the season, you have to take away all the positives you've had in this game. You've had these size mismatches, so you got to give kudos to Walsh, to Cam Smith for not only being great players, but also opening it up, making them make adjustments.
Drew's pass is tipped, but Loyola's still able to recover, getting across court to Smith. Smith with the good cross-court feed to Walsh into the paint where he draws the foul. Looks like that foul will be on number 11, Nate Klingscale.
Yeah, and the Eagles have a good press going right here. They got the tip, but they get it back, and then, they're bringing 5 guys up 3/4 of the court. So that's why Walsh was so open down under.
Walsh's first free throw goes in and out off the front of the rim. Loyal's offense definitely starting off fairly slow as Walsh's second free throw is off the back of the rim. Definitely not what you want to see from Loyola on the offensive end, but got to try to keep getting the offense moving, be able to get rotation in, force that Annapolis area defense to move. Hardy with the 3, but it's short. As Long's able to get the offensive rebound. Sims with the deep 3, no good. As Walsh brings it up the floor.
Yeah, that 3 hasn't gone in the whole game, so I don't expect it to go in through the third and fourth quarter.
It's going to be Walsh passing it to Smith onto the wing. Smith able to draw the floor foul from number 33, Dylan Long.
Yeah, and right there, Loyola gets him isolated, clearing guys out to the other side, and that's exactly what you want. You want a guy to help from the whole way across the court, so that way it leaves one of your guards open.
Loyola getting to the 1-1 early. Only 5:12 left in the third quarter, already into the 1-1. Definitely, if you're in Annapolis area, want to stay out of foul trouble early. Smith's second free throw, no good. As it will be Annapolis area ball, as it's tipped out by Ryder Drew. And Sims able to get the and-1 off the backdoor cut layup. Fouled by Ryder Drew at the rim.
Yeah, and he just got free from Ryder Drew, and he was late to him, and then he tried to make a recovery, and it was just too late at that point. I mean, you just want to give him the layup.
Sims hitting free throw, converting the and-1. Smith able to inbound it to Walsh. Smith looking for the drive. Able to get it off to Dixon on the drive. That layup is short. It's going to be rebounded by Sims. As Long draws the foul at the rim. It's going to be a foul on John Dixon. Definitely some sloppy play on both sides of the ball for both teams, having a lot of fouls drawn, with being unable to convert on those free throws.
Yeah, and, if you're going to make a comeback, you have to take every point you can get. Free throws, wide open shots, that's exactly what you want for the Eagles. You want to see them continue to make those free throws, continue to get fouls, get Loyola into foul trouble, make them work into this bench. But if you're CS, you have to get the ball out of the hands of Cam Smith and Gavin Walsh. And I'm not taking shots at what just happened last play, but you want the guards to beat you with that missed floater right there. I mean, that's exactly what you want. You can't let those two best players in this game so far, especially with, the size mismatches. So you have to make Johnson make plays, Dixon make plays, guys like them.
It's going to be Walsh in the corner, passing it inside to Drew. As Drew's able to get the quick layup in, getting the Dons a 15-point lead up, 39-24, with 4:07 remaining in the third. Three-pointer's no good, rebounded by Walsh, excuse me. Walsh's layup, it looks like it went off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, and they built this kind of wall in the post, so he had to fade away and put up that shot. That's great defense.
Corner three's no good, rebounded by Smith. Smith with the mid-range at the elbow, no good.
Well, if you're AACS, you clearly haven't been the greatest offensive team throughout this game. 39 points is what you need to get to. You have to focus on D. Wow.
Trey Sims able to get the deep three.
Yeah, he's taken a lot of those in the game so far. That's the first one of those deep threes he's hit all game. We're going to take a sponsor break right here with a timeout. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is another one of our community partners and the world's largest junk removal service. They make the ordinary business of junk removal exceptional by sending a team of 2 friendly, capable pros who will do all of the removal from anywhere inside or out. They'll finish up with a thorough broom clean. Up to 60% of the items they collect are donated or recycled. And if you call before 2 p.m., they guarantee same-day service within 90 minutes of your call. From one item to many truckloads, nothing is too much to ask. Stop staring at the junk pile. Call them today. They are available 7 days a week until midnight.
Coming out of this timeout, Loyola definitely needs to find their groove offensively. Relying a little too heavily on Smith and Walsh, as Unegbu and Hefting have checked in for Johnson and Dixon.
Yeah, and it's a 12-point game. I mean, AACS is not out of this game where it seemed like at the end of this first half they were, but this press has been working and then also recovering from the press and not letting Loyola score in the first 10 seconds of their possession.
It's going to be Drew on the wing into the post to Walsh. Walsh with a good kick out to Smith, but that goes off front of the rim. And that's going to be Eagle ball.
Well, that was risky, challenging Smith. But again, I mean, they're putting 4 guys in the post. This is great coaching from the Eagles. Now you just have to convert on the offensive end. Make your threes. Get penetration. Pass inside. Make them foul you. Get past your defenders. That's what you want. Oh, no.
Smith, the good pickup, but looks like that ball was stolen on the fast break. Smith coming up a little bit slow. It looks like he tipped that.
That was an unbelievable recovery. Oh, wow.
Charlie Hefting with the three that goes in and out. It's going to be a good putback layup by Drew.
Yeah, that froze the whole defense.
Sims' three is no good. As Unegbu's bringing it up now for the Dons. Just looking to slow up the offensive pace here. Drew with the corner three, off back rim. Good rebound by Unegbu. Heads up pass to Walsh, as Walsh is unable to convert, able to get the putback to go.
Yeah, and it seems like AC is a little flustered on the inside. Now they're just starting to watch the ball and hope it just comes to them.
Looks like Loyola is definitely starting to find their groove again offensively, getting a quick 4 points, bringing their lead back up to 16. It's going to be Trusty Smith with the ball at the top, passing it out to the corner. That's going to be a shot clock violation on the Eagles. As Galloway's going to check in for Cam Smith. It's going to be Unegbu bringing up the ball. Definitely that high IQ driving style from Unegbu. See a lot of that in comparison with UMBC point guard Darnell Rogers, especially that size on the floor. Unegbu's not the tallest at only 5'7". Loyola ball coming off the sideline.
Yeah, you mentioned Darnell Rogers. He's got a similar haircut, too.
Walsh setting the pick. Drew with the inside pass to Walsh. Walsh able to finish at the rim. Good, powerful play there by Walsh, bringing the lead up 18 as the Dons are at 45-27.
Yeah, and if you're gonna jump that pass, you have to have help inside. I would like to see them not jump that pass right there and let them get the ball in the paint, slide a guy down and try and get some help, and then make Loyola shoot a three if you can recover and get a hand up. You don't want him to just have that easy layup where you overran it now, taking that 50-50 chance, and it's an easy score. I don't even know if that was 50-50. I mean, that was the odds were not in his favor to steal that ball.
It's going to be Trusty Smith in the corner taking the three, and that's good. ACS cutting that lead back down to 15 as Drew inbounds it. Unegbu getting double teamed near half court. Looks to be creative, pass it through Wise's legs, but it's picked off by Lowry. Layup goes in and out. And that's going to be an over-the-top blocking foul on number 20, Charlie Hepting.
Yeah, and they had the size mismatch with Unegbu on that sideline. So then he's cut off. He's only got one way to go. You have the size. That's a turnover, very, 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 very likely turnover to happen.
First free throw by Wise is no good. Sinks the second free throw, cutting the lead down to 14. Drew will be inbounding the ball. Gets it over to Unegbu. Pressed up by Riley Lowry from the Eagles. Hepting draws the double team. End of the quarter. Wise heaving it up, almost hitting it.
Wow, that one, for a second there, I thought that was going in.
And with the end of the third quarter, we'd like to mention another one of our community partners, Fidelity Building Services Group. Fidelity Building Services Group is a proud blue and gold community partner and brings its best-in-class expertise in integrated technical building services to our country's most important industries. Fidelity Building Services Group represents the leading edge of the integrated technical building services industry. They have the unique ability to ensure that a building is performing at peak efficiency under all operating conditions and to keep it that way. The expertise they bring to the table delivers extraordinary experiences to building management and occupants alike. Heading into the final quarter of this ball game, Loyola is up 45-31 over the AACS Eagles. Eagles still keeping themselves in this game, getting some quick spurts of energy to cut down that lead.
Yeah, and if you're the Dons, you have to take all 30 seconds of your possessions. Look, you didn't have a great third quarter, but you're up 14 points. You can score consistently with the Eagles when you slow that possession down, pass the ball, move it around, get it to your big guys, get those size mismatches. So you have a lead. Don't get sloppy. Don't fall victim to the AACS press.
It's going to be Trusty Smith at the top of the key, bringing it around to the corner. Good spin move off of Drew. Able to get the floater to go. Cutting that lead back down to 12. Negbu feeding it over to Galloway up the floor. Looks like they're going to call foul number 4, Jordan Trusty Smith there for a hand check. There's number 5, Ty Hepting. Will check in for Walsh. And number 4, John Dixon will check in for Drew. Hepting able to recover the tip pass. Galloway with the corner 3, off front rim and top of the backboard. So that's going to be Eagles ball.
Hey, you got to give kudos to the Eagles defense. You see tipping that inbounds pass right there. They're reading these passes. They've deflected a lot of passes, turning them over. Keep doing that. That's, 1, a momentum changer, and 2, you get easy buckets and transition that don't take a lot of time off the clock.
Sims airballs another deep 3. It's going to be Loyola ball. It's going to be Dixon inbounding the ball to Negbu off the baseline. Unegbu on the drive and gets the finish. Good creative play there, getting into the paint by Unegbu. As Sims slides, as Unegbu steals it, but immediately turns it over. It's going to be the layup by Trusty Smith.
Yeah, and you'd like to see Unegbu be a little bit more disciplined and also keep his head up and look down court for a pass.
Unegbu drawing the foul. It's going to be 2 shots off the drive. It's going to be on Trusty Smith. And one of the big differences coming into this season is we're not playing in the normal performance gym on Hargaden Court. We're in the forecourt gym, which is mainly used for indoor track. It's definitely a different kind of playing surface, a lot more slick. So you've definitely seen a lot more guys sliding across the floor today.
Yeah. I don't even know what that surface is. It's usually wood at the regular court, but this seems to be, I can't even, I can't even describe what it is. Looks kind of like rubber. This is going to be a 1-and-1. It's so tough to cover in Negbu, too, because he's only 5'7". He has tons of speed, and you see him getting in and getting that foul there. Trusty Smith was trailing him that whole way, and then he had to, thrust himself forward, and that was a foul.
Unegbu's free throw goes in and out, keeping that Dons lead at 12. Galloway's on cling scales. Good dribble move into the pull-up off the elbow by Trusty Smith, cutting that Loyola lead down to 10, the lowest it's been since early in the first quarter.
Yeah, and there's still over 6 minutes left in the game. A lot of time left.
Charlie Hepton looked for the inside pass to Dixon. This is going to be a timeout by the Eagles. And with that timeout, we'd like to talk about another one of our corporate sponsors, the Whitting Turner Contracting Company. A longtime partner of Loyola Blakefield, Whitting Turner continues its work on the Innovative Learning Center. Despite COVID-19, they've stayed on schedule in this cutting-edge space will open to students for the 2021-2022 academic year as planned. Whitting-Turner has a strong presence throughout the country, but is headquartered here in Baltimore. They recognize the value in community involvement and pride themselves on familiarity with local communities and their ability to give clients the attention of a small business with the resources of a national corporation. We are grateful for the continued support of our Dons.
You saw with that last pass down there into the post, it's just that chemistry you're not seeing with the Don so far in the year. And look, this is their first game. You don't expect that, but he completely made a risky pass to a tough spot down on that baseline, and he expected him to come towards the ball, over towards what would be his right, and he, kind of ran through, and I didn't run through, but stayed in the spot, and that's just something where chemistry really would help there.
Trusty Smith with another quick pull-up jumper, cutting that Dons lead down to 8. Dons are only now up 47-39. Lazy pass there by Johnson. As Wise steals it and finishes it, but the refs will say that's an on-the-floor foul. Or excuse me, it looks like they're going to give him the bucket and call the M1.
Yeah, and fouls like those are huge momentum changers. It's a 6-point game with more than 5:30 left. I mean, the Dons have gone cold on the offensive end. The turnovers have just been terrible. It doesn't seem like they're making confident passes, and even if they are confident passes, they're not good passes.
It's definitely something Loyola's got to pick up on, even not just for this game, but coming into the next game, as Wise cuts the lead down to 5. Loyola's got some tough opponents coming up. Like next week, they have St. Francis on Monday and John Carroll on Friday, both two talented teams with multiple Division I players. Drew with the three-pointer from the top of the wing, no good. As Dixon gets the rebound inside. Able to draw the foul, going to the line for 2.
And Clankscale, he took just a half a step. That wouldn't have been a foul. He just missed his spot, and that really hurts. That momentum kind of killed, and that's a mini timeout for the Dons here.
Dixon's first free throw off the right side of the rim. Sinks the second free throw. It's like Eagles are looking to push the floor, looking to cut that lead back down from 6.
Just slow the offense down if you're the Dons. It's all about not letting AACS turn their defense into offense.
That's going to be a double dribble on the Eagles, and it's going to be Loyola ball.
And as I said at the beginning of this fourth quarter, they had that big lead. Don't let them just get, or you want to let them get those just standstill possessions. Make them waste that shot clock, right? And those transition buckets are terrible with these bad passes for the Dons. So you just want to stand still with those offenses for both sides, and then you can consistently score and probably outscore them, especially with the talent you guys have.
Walsh with the 3, no good. Drew with the good heads-up rebound, unable to convert on the putback. It's like Trusty Smith tried to tip it off of Drew, unable to before going out of bounds. It'll stay Loyola ball on the baseline. Loyola's definitely looking to get something going on offense. Unable to convert and put the ball in the bucket. Smith now on the post. It looks like he's going to draw a charge. Questionable call there on my end, because it looked like Wise's feet weren't completely set when Smith backed into him.
There's another, you could say, it's not technically a turnover, but it really is.
And that's going to be a walk on Dixon as it looked like he slid on the floor.
Now, we're not keeping stats here, but the turnovers have to be so immense for the Dons. In a game I didn't think AACS could come back in, they've made them turn the ball over so much.
Open layup there for the Eagles, missed. Smith gets the rebound as Johnson brings it up. Dixon on the drive. Good way to use his body to create space and get the layup, bring the Dons lead back up to 8.
Yeah, you can't overjump that and let him drive the whole way right-handed. That I knew that was going to be a bucket halfway into that drive.
Hardy's 3 is good, cutting that Dons lead down to 5 points. It's going to be Smith bringing it up, getting it to Walsh. Walsh driving the baseline, unable to finish.
That was great spacing for the Dons there, opening up for Walsh to get the drive. He just couldn't finish.
And that's definitely something Walsh has struggled in the second half, is finishing at the rim.
Yeah.
This is one of his high points, especially in the first quarter and the first couple possessions. Been struggling to being able to finish around the rim. As Dixon will be inbounding the ball from the corner. 3:35 left. Don's only up 50-45. At one point, they held an 18-point lead, now down to 5. Dixon with the turnaround post jumper, no good. Able to get the rebound, though. Able to be physical once again, getting into the paint.
Yeah, you got to make them cross over into that defense. You can't let them fade away with that right hand, sort of, and that's just not what you want for AACS.
Klingscale's 3 balls long, rebounded by Smith. Dixon looking for the inside feed to Johnson, picked off. Klingscale able to draw the foul on the drive from Smith.
Yeah, you expect him to shoot that and kind of froze the D when he took it and drove right away. That's a great just heads-up play by him. He's seeing that opening, freezing that D when you expect him to shoot that wide-open jumper. He's going to get to the line, hopefully get 2.
Klingscale sinking this first free throw. With that, we'd like to say a couple thank yous. We'd like to thank our production staff for today, our cameraman and club director, Mr. Nitty, and our producer for today, Jay Patotsky. It's going to be Johnson swinging it over to Walsh. It's like AACS is looking just a double team now. Dixon with the pull-up jumper, short. It's the Eagles rebound it. Johnson with the steal, though. Good heads-up play defensively. Smith with the corner 3. In and out. It's like Smith tried to draw the charge from Wise, unable to get it. That's going to be a timeout call by Coach Tavalli and the Dons.
Yeah, that's a very needed timeout. We're under 2 minutes. We have a 7-point game. It looks like we might have a score malfunction here. It may be 6 with that free throw made, and it wasn't changed, and they're looking at it over at the scorer's table. But if you're the Dons, it's just that press is killing you. And, Dixon in the corner wide open. He didn't shoot it. Then he comes down and misses it. Getting those guards involved in the game for the Dons and just finishing those shots, and then Walsh missing some. And then the little turnovers. It's the little things in this game, but AACS is just playing an unbelievable. They kind of come over and double, then they recover. It's just getting that hand out. They're playing an unbelievable defensive game, making those adjustments, getting that press, knowing that the Dons have played or are playing their first game and probably don't have the greatest chemistry. That is just the adjustments made throughout this game. But this possession is huge, as it is a 6-point game at 52-46.
It's going to be Drew checking in for Dixon. 1:58 remaining in the ball game. Loyola up 52-46. Johnson on the drive, able to get the open finish. Unable to finish it, though. Walsh able to get the putback in. Now up 8, 54-46. Now, once again, at one point in the first half, Loyola was up 18. As Sims is able to get the lay-in over Walsh. It's going to be Fisher passing it over to Walsh. Able to get the contact finish. Looked like Smith tried to draw a charge as Sims threw the ball into him.
What a steal.
Ball's poked out from behind to Fisher as AACS recovers it.
Need it. Oh,
Sims with the corner three, and that's good.
what
Cutting
a
the lead
huge
down,
shot.
back down to 5, 56-51, with 57 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, and you see with those last two scores from Loyola, AACS wasn't getting back from that press, bringing some guys up, taking that point guard the whole way down the floor, and then they didn't even double. Correct me if I'm wrong. They weren't even doubling, and they just were a little lazy on the defensive end. And with the wide open missed layup, and then Walsh getting that rebound. So those two plays are going to be hurtful, but still, recovering back on the offensive end, getting the 3-point game. 57 seconds down 5. Keep that press going. Keep turning them over. They're well in this game.
Loyola's definitely got to look to draw out the shot clock here. Try to keep as much time in the possessions as they can. Trying to keep the ball out of the Eagles' hands. Hold up that 5-point lead with 57 seconds left.
Yeah, and you're gonna want to have as much time as you want. So the second Loyola gets into that front court, you want to bring a couple guys over, make them get a pass, and then try and keep some guys inside and make them make that outside shot, and not like a wide open layup or wide open jumper.
It's gonna be Fisher inbounding the ball for the Dons. Gets it into the Walsh into the corner on the full court press by the Eagles. Walsh looking to drive, gets into the paint, but brings it back out.
Yeah, I would have liked them to go, kind of trap press instead of man-to-man. That might go the other way, though.
It's going to stay Loyola ball there. Risky play, risky drive there by Walsh.
Yeah, I just don't know if the Eagles have the man-for-man talent to go a man-to-man press and try and turn the Dons over. But as you see, Walsh just kind of walked up the floor, but they almost got it back still, bringing that double over. So I think they should do this on that inbound.
It's going to be another timeout by Coach DeValle, not liking what he saw there as Dixon tried to inbound the ball, almost hitting the 5-second mark.
Yeah, that was incredible defense, so aggressive, but not undisciplined. That's what you love to see on the defensive end, and this has just been an unbelievable adjustment game for this Eagles team.
Loyola's just got to try to keep up their pace, trying to slow the game down, get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and draw out that shot clock. Keep the ball out of the hands of the Eagles so they don't put up a quick bucket.
Yeah, 45 seconds left, 5-point game. Eagles still definitely have a chance.
Once again for the Dons, it's going to be Dixon inbounding the ball. Loyola's definitely going to want to keep the ball away from Jordan Trusty Smith, as he's been one of the most consistent players for the Eagles.
Yep, trap on the sideline. Works every time.
Good block by Smith. And another heads-up block by Dixon. As it's going to be AACS ball on the baseline, but that cuts off 18 seconds off the play clock, the game clock.
Yeah, and the Eagles up front, between that circles, they're not bringing that trap over, so the Dons have to stay away from those sidelines because that's where the Eagles will win those traps.
Walsh getting the rebound. Loyola's got to get the ball to their athletes there. It's going to be a foul on Trey Sims.
They had a little bit of size on that trap in the corner. If you get, on the sideline, if you get a guard where you have similar size matchup on that sideline, that's what you want in the press. But there's only 16 seconds left, and Loyola's up 5. This is going to be an improbable comeback for the Eagles.
It's going to be Fisher at the line for 1-and-1 for the Dons. .16 seconds left. Loyola up 5. Fisher at the line shooting 1-on-1. Hits the first, bringing the score at 57-51. Crucial free throw hit there by Fisher. Second one goes off back rim. Clinkscale. Miscommunication there with Sims as they turn the ball over. 11 seconds left. It's going to be Fisher on the baseline inbounding.
And that was undisciplined there. You don't see them, or in this game, you haven't seen them get undisciplined a lot.
Looks like they're going to intentionally foul Walsh, get him up to the line. That's going to be the 10th foul by the Eagles, sending Walsh to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And now the comeback seems to be inevitable, or not inevitable, excuse me, improbable for the Eagles.
Walsh's first free throw off back rim. Definitely not one of his strong suits today. Not being consistent at all from the free throw line.
Yeah,
missing his past 3.
Yeah, he's struggled to hit, some of those open layups, and then free throw line here. You mentioned the issues.
Walsh hits the second, bring the lead up to 7. 58-51. With 6 seconds left. Sims able to hit the 3. Call a quick timeout. 3 seconds left. Down by 4. Eagles are going to need a miracle if they want to come back and win this.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's possible. I mean, even if you get the steal right away and score, I mean, there's still going to be, 1 second left, and then you get it in, and you have to foul right away. I mean, you need to hit like a full court shot. But, I'm going to go back to that possession where they took, I don't remember who it was, but as a baseline shot, you kind of fumbled with it and threw it up. That shot right there, wasn't a lot of time left in the game, wasn't the ideal shot, as he didn't really have much possession of it. We want to take your time on that possession because you had time left in the game, only down 5 points, and that's going to come back to haunt them. And then the turnover there, now it's a 4-point game. I mean, I think it was Clinkscale, if he was more disciplined with the ball. I mean, there's just little things, but it just goes back to being down 18 points. Those points there is really where the Eagles are going to lose this game.
It's going to be Johnson inbounding the ball for the Dons, looking just to close out the half. And with that, your Loyola Dons finish out this game on top, 58-54. With that, I'm Joe Eldridge here with Brooks Markle. Thank you and have a good night.